And welcome once again to the Thrifty Collector. Today, going to go over this past weekend was Flea Across Florida, and being here on the Panhandle of Florida, we went down Highway 90 east. We got as far as probably about I'd say 50 miles, and there's a lot of people set up, but there was a lot of stuff. I think maybe people are running out of stuff. Not as good as it was a couple years ago, but I did find some stuff that I really did like. The first thing I found was this Dodge Charger, and I'm not a Mopar guy, but I thought it was a pretty cool card. And the fact that this is from the NADA convention in New Orleans back in 2005. Now, NADA, if you've ever gone to buy a car and you see a guy pull out a little yellow book and he kind of looks up prices, the NADA, they take their numbers from auctions. And usually that's what most car dealerships use to get an idea of what to sell you the car in, and especially for your trade-in is primarily what they use it for. But this car is kind of neat. It's in very optimal condition here. I'm probably going to put it online. I paid $10 for it. I'm hoping to get about 40 out of that deal. So, but a nice Dodge Charger, and it's kind of a unique thing because it was from a convention. The next item is, I had just been talking about Twin Peaks about 2 days before I went out. I paid $3 for this, and this is season 1 and 2. And I remember watching this 89, 90, around that era, and I was always a big fan of David Lynch and the movies he did, like Racer, Wild at Heart, and he also did Dune. And but very weird TV show, and I remember it was very hard to follow, so I wanted to give it another track, kind of see who killed Laura Palmer. That was very big back then. If you're a little bit too young to remember, it was almost as popular as Who Shot JR, but of course Laura Palmer was not quite to that extent. But yeah, Twin Peaks. Next item I got for $4 was Gomer Pyle USC. I loved this show as a kid. Pretty good resale value on it. So I'll probably watch it and eventually go ahead and sell it. But this is all 4 seasons. And bought this at a church. They were part of it. And just happened to see Gomer Pyle, the complete series. I said, can't go wrong. Next item I got Obsession. This is obviously a little bottle, but I got it for $1, so I can't complain. Very happy to have it, and I'll use it. The one thing that drives me crazy is when people have DVDs and they're upside down, they're all over the place. It makes it very, very hard to find something unique. I'm very big into these 90s B- action flicks, and this is one, American Rampage. I paid $1 for this, and looks like it'll be a good probably hour and 20 minutes of really bad acting, but I'm just an absolute fan of these kind of movies. Love them to death. Next item I got was a brand new Dewar's little container here. You put your Dewar's in there, I guess. Paid $1 for this. I'll probably go ahead and sell this because I don't drink hard liquor. The next items are, I got both of these for $1. Love Orion movies. They were great in the 80s, early 90s. And this one has 2 trailers, and then a trailer, and then a screening preview of Farewell to the King. That was a Nick Nolte movie. Never seen it, so it'll be kind of interesting to check it out. See how it is. And then transfers. Transfers, I have the first 4, I believe, on Blu-ray and or DVD. But this is actually, if you look at this, it's a promo copy. So this was something that if you went into a video store back in, I want to say this movie came out in like 91, and they would have the TVs up and it would be showing a movie. Well, this was designed for that. So this wanted to give people an idea of what kind of movie it would be if they rented it. So got the Trancers 2 and the Orion. And then last, I got a 5.0 Mustang sign. Paid $1 for this. I can't complain. This will go up in my room. Been actually waiting to put in my room before I could go to my part-time job that used to be my full-time job, and so I could do some videos today. But love the 5.0 Mustang sign, and I've got a 5.0 Mustang. Funny story, I did a car show about a month ago, and a guy was standing right in front of the 5.0 badging on my car, and in a real kind of pissy voice, he says to me, "Is this a 5.0?" And I almost said look down, and I was like, "Yes, sir, it is." So maybe I've been in the South long enough where I can respond to somebody trying to have an attitude kindly. So yeah, so 5.0 sign, got the Orion and Trancers 2, the Doers, American Rampage. I might actually do a review of this movie. The Obsession, Gomer Pyle, USMC, the Twin Peaks Season 1 and 2, and of course, the Dodge Charger. This is a Challenger. I always forget which is which. Like I said, I'm not a Mopar guy, so this is a Charger. That's right, because this is designed on the, I believe, the 71. So they used to call them Chargers back then, the two doors. My uncle actually had one of those. I remember that's where the gas tank was. And I remember when he used to have to fill it up. And I thought that was the coolest thing, that the gas cap was right there on the side of the vehicle. So I hope you enjoyed this. Did have a blast going out hunting. Did find a place in kind of around Bonifay, Florida. And you can tell it was an old supermarket, good-sized supermarket. And it is filled with nothing but records and stuff. So I'll have to go out there one day and take a better look at that place when I have a little bit more time. It was a little chaotic that day. They had vendors outside the place, and there must have been a good 100 and some people there, maybe more. So I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody take well.